Oh, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and today it's New Year for everybody in the rest of the world. So happy New Year to you all. I'm glad you could finally catch up with the rest of us here in Australia, but today we're going to be taking a look at my top 25 apps of 2023. Yeah. In no particular order. So nobody's allowed to get butt hurt. We're going to do it now. Hello, welcome to the show. You're all doing good. Happy New Year to you all. Where have you been? It's New Year so yesterday. But I hope you have a good one. I hope 2024 brings you much joy, much happiness, much prosperity, much creativity, and as little dog shit, bullshit, pain, rubbish, and all that stuff that comes that gets us all down and depressed because nobody likes it. But we are human beings and we ride on a wave constantly every single day. So just remember, we have a thriving, wonderful, loving, supportive community here that is far from perfect. So there's plenty of people to reach out to over the space of 2024 to help you with music, collaborations, anything you like, even maybe just someone who you've become friends with, just to reach out and say, hey, I need someone to talk to, yeah? So don't forget about that this year because we don't know what's coming, but I do find it incredibly funny that every year a second ticks by and all of a sudden we expect everything to be better. It's a bizarre phenomenon, don't you think? That we sit there and we go through this whole year and we all count down to this 1 second and go, yay, now everything's going to be different. We have some bizarre rituals as human beings, I have to admit, but there you go. There you have it. That is humans. What are you going to do? Except talk about cool apps like we are today. Hello, Kitchen Zombie. Welcome to the show. Pookie Ann. Thomas Christ. Howdy do. It is a bizarre ritual. Joe Glenn. Thank you, Joe. Love you lots. Joe and Barry have a new song coming out. Let me tell you what. They didn't need me for the drums. Oh, they didn't need me for the drums. They did a killer job on the drums. I'm sure that's going to drop at some stage. Hello, Alex Bacchus and Jenny Jolivet and the Semtex Cow. Ed B. Metal. Oh, yeah. Who else do we have? Scrolling up to catch up. Greg O'Sullivan. Always good to see you, Greg. I hope you're doing well. These people outside of Australia, Greg. Celebrating New Year's today. That was yesterday. Cy Effin, welcome to the show. Cy, yeah, I saw Cy right. I may as well catch up on all the apps I missed out on this year. Hopefully I give a presentation of stuff that is worth your time. Now remember, today's apps that we're going to be looking at are just my opinion. You can get upset, but that's a waste of energy, trust me. But you are more than welcome to discuss in the chat, in the comments below, what your favorite apps are or your least favorite. It's up to you. But please don't shoot the messenger and tell me that I'm an idiot for liking something because I'm allowed to like something that may be different to you. That's okay. That's what makes us an interesting species. We all have different tastes and different things that float our boats. Yes? Good. Have we covered that? Mateusz, what's going on? Happy New Year to you, my friend. Jim Shannon, Happy New Year to you also. Steve Garcia, Happy New Year. I hope you have a great year. Thanks for joining us all here today in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, hello. Barry Glenn, Happy New Year to you. All the best to everybody. I hope it's a bum burner. But there's already going to be some great apps coming out this year. So that's really exciting. And last year there were some killer apps. Let's run through some things before we get into it. I have an announcement I would like to give to you all. You may be aware that this last year, our good friend Russ8889, who's here in the chat, but he's not chatting at the moment because he's doing a non-hello gauntlet run. Brad Example, hello to you. So you may know, you may have heard about this thing. Russ put together this amazing charity album, the Music for Life double charity album with 44 songs, over 50 artists. And he's sent me a video to give you the official amount that was raised and the money has been sent to the charity. It's been delivered. We have completed the circle. We, as a community, have come together, rallied around Russ. Russ has had a great crew of like Leela and Brad and Ivan working with him. We created some great songs. They put it out. Russ collected the money through Bandcamp, and the money has been sent now to the charity, to the Teenage Cancer Trust. Bravo. Amazing stuff, yeah? Honestly, if you're involved in it in any way, shape or form, pat yourself on the back. If you just purchased it, pat yourself on the back. Well done. You've made some kind of difference. So let me play this video that Russ has sent me, only goes for a minute. Yeah, just a minute of your time to give you an update on how this has all gone. Let's do it now.
Thank you so much for your donation. Your generosity means that Teenage Cancer Trust can continue to support young people like me and Jessica.
We did it. We did that as a community. You guys, just everyone involved, anyone who bought it, anyone who contributed, you should be extremely proud. Fantastic stuff. What a great way to kick off 2024. What fantastic news. We got great stuff coming up for the rest of this year because we will continue to grow as a community, support each other and just grow in strength. You know, our differences make us stronger. Yeah. All right. So the rules for today. If you don't know, I'm Jade Starr. This is my top 25, and the rules are I've picked 20 apps. They are in chronological order from release this year, from the time I did a show on them all the way up to the end of the year. So that's only 20 apps. But it got to the point where I got to the end and was like, all right, I need 5 more apps. And it turns out that there were actually this year 5 developers who put out more than 4 apps that were stellar. So what I've done to wrap it up is 20 apps, which we're going to go through, and then we're going to go through the last 5 developers who had more than 4 apps this year that were all killer, because we may as well just talk about them as a whole and go through some of the apps that were fantastic. One of them in particular released something like 20 apps this year. 20 apps. And the majority of them were absolute barn burners. So there's that. Okay, today's featured artist at the end of the show will be Thomas Gillane. The pinned comment up the top if you want to go and check him out. We'll play him right at the end. After the end of the show, I will bounce you over to Pete Johns, who does his GarageBand Weekly. He's, I guess it's January 2nd here in Australia. So his first GarageBand Weekly for the year. We are going to start off with an app by the name of Twin 3. So this came out, this is by Fab Filter. Now I did a show on this, as I said, this is in kind of order of the start of the year all the way through. I went through every one of my shows to see all this. So I'm only going on shows that, apps that I reviewed during this year. And did I get them all? Probably not, but I mean, I try and get them all. And the way I'm going to show you these apps today is, you may know from watching the show, I try and create a project each day to showcase the app doing something. So I've saved all of these projects all through the year, and I'm just going to load up the project and show you what I made with it. And that is going to be the easiest way to show you this app. So what is Twin 3? It is a synth made by Fab Filter, the first foray into synthistry, if that's a word. And here it is. I really dug this. I really thought the sounds are interesting. And of course, it's FabFilter. So, I mean, the LFOs and all of the modulation stuff is just nuts. Really, really customizable. Not too fancy with sounds and stuff, but it doesn't always need to be that way. So we're going to kick off. Let's play what I made with this on the review of the show that I did with a boom and a bing and a bob and boo. Yeah, there you go. So how much is this thing? Let's take a quick look and OOG over here to my pages. This is $17.99, this particular synth. I think it's a banger. I think it's really good. It's one of these apps that you think, oh, well, do I really need to pump up FabFilter anymore? I mean, they're really well-known, really, popular company. Oh, damn, have I really done that? I think I have. I can fix this up. All right. So, and I've gone ahead and I didn't send this to Thomas to overwork him, but here is a link to my show. I will put all these links up as at the end of the show, showing my tutorial of it if you'd like to go to it. So they'll all be in the description after the show, but that is the link to my themabob of it. And while, man, I can't believe I've done this. Give me a sec. One second. Let me just do it. It's the, what's the next one? I thought I had everything all sorted. I was all good, but you know what? I'm not perfect, and these things happen. Let me just share this, get a copy of this link, and add it down here. I actually copied the same link in twice for the next app. Let's fix that. Paste. Boom. Done. So there we go. $17.99. It's currently on sale if you'd like to pick it up. Its normal price is $24.99. It's a banger. It's FabFilter. They make fantastic stuff. It's a really quality synth. And, that's it. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? The next one here is, of course, one of my big favorites for the year is Igor Vasiliev's Glitchscaper. Nearly everything I've made this year has Glitchscaper in it somewhere. The utensils clip I did, nearly every project that you'll see, every project I do at the start of each show, somewhere has Glitchscaper in it. Why? Because it just is that good. Let's bounce over to AUM and do a search in my little projects here. Let's see if we can load it up. Glitchscaper demo. And a lot of these I have no idea. I can't remember what I made. So we're just going to hit play and see what I made on this particular show. You ready to go? Let's go. So Glitchscaper can be used as an instrument, as you can see here, or it can be used as an effect. And you can put music through it or an app, like I'm running Zoa here into Spelldosa, into Glitchscaper. Which creates even more mayhem. So Igor Vasiliev, it's a sick app. It's crazy. It's really good fun. Who have I missed to say hello to? I think I saw Mateusz. I think I saw Mars Capone. Hello, Mars. Wicked stuff. There you go. That is Glitchscaper. It's definitely one of my favorites for the year. $15.99. It's wonderful. I love it. And, you know, if you do too, let me know. Chad Freeman, well, how you going? Hope you're doing well. So we're up to number 3 already. And this is called Replicant 3 by Audio Damage, $12.99. This is another Glitchy McGlitchison app. So it's an effect. You can glitch the fuck out. You can use it as an instrument too, I do believe. We're going to find out because I've reviewed so many apps this year. So, man, Replicant 3. So I've done 3 demos here. Shall we use this one? We'll pick this one. Random one. Oh, we've got tempo change, so 70. Looks like we've used it as an effect in here, and we're using, we've got Pure Acid, a couple of copies of Pure Acid. We've got a loop mix going. We've got a, see, Glitchscaper. It's in every goddamn project of mine. It's just so much fun. And this is Replicant. So it is an effector, a glitching machine, scattering sounds, slicing, a whole lot of stuff going on. It's really fun. Let's whack this in here and see what happens. So there you go, Glitchy McGlitchson McGlitchface. Lots of glitchiness that you can be found with this one. It's really easy to use too. You've got lots of cool presets in here. And yeah, you've got all your little sections down here, your little panning stuff. You've got your envelope, your filters, your stutter, delay, all this kind of stuff. Go back and watch the full review that I did. Let me grab you a link for it so you can. Again, these will all be added to the show at the end here. Bang. Copy, paste, slap. I'm doing it all. Look at that. There's your link. Okay, how much was it? That is Replicant by Audio Damage for $12.99. A good fun had by all. Did I see Ed Zielinski? Hello, my friend Ed. I hope you're doing well. And Lulu. Welcome aboard. So we're going to talk synths again now next, because this thing was so hyped this year. Everybody was so pumped for this thing, Buttersynth. It was on beta for like a million years. It was crazy. The beta was so long for this. Everybody was so pumped. And when it came out, it absolutely freaking delivered a fantastic synth right here. Hello, SG Experiment. Happy New Year to you, my friend. $19.99 is Buttersynth. Let's open it up and give it a little bit of a play. Hey. Do I have a project for it? I think I nearly have a project for every single thing. Buttersynth demo. Where did it go? It was there. Folks, name your projects. Really, it does help. You're able to come back here and find them. Look at that. I'm able to find my projects anytime I need them. So here we go. We're running in here lots of Buttersynths. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. We got a Hammerhead running. We got scalars. We got Zoas. We got Euclideans. All this kind of stuff over here to program this. Shall we hit the play button and see what I made on this particular show with Buttersynth? Wicked. Now, you got to remember, all of these projects were mostly made within a 10 to 15 minute period, mostly before the show each day, because that's what I like to do. Challenge myself, take an app that I've sat there and learnt over days, practiced, tried to understand all the where the buttons are and everything, and then make something within 10 to 15 minutes for the show, because I think it's important that you're able to make music quickly with apps. You know, that it's great to have all the bells and whistles, and I know everybody wants everything from every goddamn app that comes out, but even though it has all these features and everything, you really want to just be able to pick it up and make fucking music. There's no point if you're getting lost with it. So many menus, you don't understand anything. It's not how you make good music. So as you can see, I just turned a few knobs in there on the patches that I had. Sounded wicked. Nice little simple disco thing there. What can you say? Lovely little app. There's so many beautiful sounds in it. I've posted the link right there in the chat if you'd like to check out the full tutorial that breaks it down, everything into simplicity. And we're going to move on to our next one. So that was Buttersynth. Absolutely worth the wait this year. We are talking about reverbs now, because Cascade came out, and I'm sure like many of you see another effing reverb. Great. But this one had something a little bit special, I think. And now I had another one on the list. I did have I had Pro R2 on here, and I kind of removed it and went in favor with Cascade because, look, it's Pro R2. It's amazing. It's a fantastic, it's Fab Filter. But this deserves some props too, because we've got to support our smaller developers who put out really high quality stuff. Because, man, let's talk turkey for a second. We'll have a little break for a second. I want to talk about this. There's so much demand on developers. Everyone's like, I want another one. I want another one. I want another one. I want this. And I want this. And I want this. And I want this. And add this and do this. Man, our developers are struggling. I'm not going to lie. I've had many of them on the show. I talk to them all the time. They're struggling. They're selling apps at such dirt cheap prices, you know. And there's certain groups out there that continually complain and pick and rip apart. And it's like, God damn it. We've got to be supporting these people. Can you imagine if they disappear? How less options we're going to have. And, you know, I know sometimes it's overwhelming with apps and it seems like there's too many. But I'll tell you what, when they disappear, it's going to be a thing. $7.99 for Phonolith Cascade. I just call it Cascade. Let's load it up. It's obviously an effect. So I've made some music, hopefully. Have I? I don't know. Cascade demo. So I've made some kind of music and then I've just put Cascade on freaking everything. It looks like we've got a butter synth in here. We've got a King of FM, Glitchscaper, of course. We've got some piano. Shall we just bring up every instrument individually and see what happens? I think so. Let's do that. Let's mute my stupid mouth and get into it. Boom. Listen to the sustain. So really beautiful. Lots of big angelic tails, big, crazy atmospheres you can create with this. And you can even bring it right down with stages to the smallest amount as well. So there's a whole lot of control. You can use it as pretty much a simple reverb if you want, or you've got a lot of crazy astral stuff. Lots of presets in here, yeah. So they're my user ones, and these are the factory ones. Of course, like with all of these apps, you can save your own presets, send them to your friends, have good fun. That is Cascade. Again, I'll put in a link right now to the Cascade show that I did, so you can go and check out the full tutorial and understand all the ins and outs, because I try to do very in-depth tutorials with a bit of fun and laughter through them, so they're not serious and you don't melt your brain, because nobody likes that. $7.99, that is Cascade. Another brilliant app. Let's talk about this one. It was huge. Not a cheap one. Piano Tech 8. For me, this changed piano. There's some really fantastic piano apps out there on iOS. There's no doubt about it. Do you need Piano Tech 8? Absolutely fucking not. Don't feel like you need to rush out and get the in-app purchase for this. It's expensive, but it is extremely highly customizable. There are so many piano apps that are out there that are really, really enough. Trust me. This thing is a subscription. Not only, and you know, as I said, it's got a price on it. If we open it up in the App Store, do they have the prices in here? It's been a while since I looked at it, the in-app purchases. So you're looking at each instrument is like about $70. This is the Australian prices, remember. So take about, you know, probably about $49 each, roughly, I do believe. And you're looking at, there are 3 stages of this that you purchase. But the beautiful thing is, not only do you get it on iOS, you get it on your Mac and your PC. It's a license. It's cross-platform. So, you know, it's definitely going to work for you, a cross-platform, all that kind of stuff. When you pay your license, you get a few instruments. And then when you upgrade the license further, you get a few more instruments. But you definitely don't get all the instruments when you go the whole hog. You've got to buy them all. As Si says, I didn't miss this one. Best piano out there. If you need a piano, actually behaves like a real piano. Yeah, Piano Tech is the best. It just is. The sounds, they're beautiful. They're not real sounds. The other thing that's great about Piano Tech is because it's modeled sounds. So the install is virtually nothing. Compared to all the other ones out there on iOS, they're huge installs because they're samples. This thing's modeled, so it's under 100 meg or something. It's ridiculously small. So there's that. I guess everything comes down to how much value something has on maybe even how much little space it's going to take as well. So there's a whole lot of factors for this kind of stuff. Where am I? Piano Tech. Piano Tech. Why do I not have a thing in here? Am I on the right bit? Piano Tech. There we go. Piano Tech demo. Oh, look how many Piano Tech demos I've got. Which one shall I pick? I'll pick a random one. I don't know what this one is. Let's just play it and see what it does. It's trying to load Pure Synth. There we go. So there's a few things in here. What do we got? We got a Piano Tech. We got 2 Piano Techs. We got a iSymphonic, another one of my favorites. We got a Pure Synth. We got a Digi Sticks for drums. Another Piano Tech over here, and a tenor sax. It looks like. Wow. Do I have a sax plugged in? Okay. I wonder what key's this in. I better work out what key it's in. It's in a D minor. Okay. Fucking hell. Let's go. So there's guitars in here as well, remember? Beautiful. So remember, there are guitars in here as well. We've got this classic warm guitar. If we hit the solo on that, listen how beautiful that is. The piano. Lots of pianos in here. Again, I'm going to post the link to the show. It's a killer app. Since I've had this, every single thing that I've done piano with has been Piano Tech this year. It has taken over. I've gone back and all the Dread Circus album that I've been working on, I'll be replaced everything with Piano Tech. It just is what it is. The sounds are beautiful. Can't get much better, in my opinion. And looks like I've done the wrong thing here. How do I do that? Let's do a Z. Let me get a link for you. Paste that in. Hi, Robbie. Happy New Year to you, Robbie. Welcome aboard. There you go. There's your link. We're done there. Let's jump over to the next one. We're getting through them. We're getting there. The next one on my list is by Brand Boss, another fantastic developer who have made some, again, killer apps this year. This is Brand Boss's Hilda synthesizer. I know it's another synth. I've tried to give a bit of balance to everything in here. Noisy stuff, doors. I've tried to be balanced. Hilda, $12.99. Great for drones, great for synth stuff. It's very, very versatile, very, very unique. I like it a lot. $12.99. What did I make with this thing? I have no idea. We're going to find out together, aren't we? Happy days, because who can remember what I did even yesterday? I've done two. I've got a Hilda demo and a Hilda drone, it looks like. Another tempo change. So let's find out what's in here. Euclidean is controlling all of this. You can see lots of Hildas, a couple of glitchscapers, and it looks like we've got a hammerhead. Well, that was a bit of a machine weird sound. There's another one in here. Let's hear the other one because drones are really good with Hilda as well. So let's quickly load this one up. This is a drone. Oh, we're off straight away. So Hilda can be used as an effect as well. And basically, this drone here is pretty fucking chaotic, really. I have got bus A going to... and each Hilda is sending information to the next Hilda as an effect, as an effect, as an effect. So I'm going down the line, shooting this, into this, into this, into this, and creating a wall of dronage. So you can see these little fingerprint sections. You can drag your fingers across them and do some really interesting stuff. So basically all of this is just feeding in on itself to create a drone from hell. Go on. That is Hilda. Let me grab the link so you can check out the full show on Hilda. Where are we up to? We're up to 8:44. We're doing okay pace today. So this is going to be a 2-hour show, guys. It just is what it is to get through all of this. Pace. Hello, Princess. Happy New Year to you. There you go. There is the link for Hilda. Boom. Shagalagalaga. Let's move on to the next one. How much was Hilda? $12.99. Brand Boss. Make great apps. One of my favorites for the year. Zinematics by Harry Goza, who goes like a good thing. Now, this is a free app to download, but what it does is it comes with in-app purchases. There are music packs in here that you can purchase. So the in-app purchases range. Now, don't take this as like the gospel price up here because this is Australian prices. If you see $7.99, that's going to be $4.99. If you see $9.99, that's going to be about $7.99. You see $22.99, it's going to be about $19.99. So the prices are a little bit different because of Australia. But you can see there's guitars, woodwind, strings. This thing is packed full of sounds. We are going to open up a project in here. I've done several shows on this because the sound packs are incredible. They really are. The problem is that this is an expensive thing. All up, if you buy all of the sounds in here, it's going to cost you upwards. It could cost you around $1,000. But here's the deal. People wanted high quality, VST quality from, the computers on our iPads. And this is the closest we're going to get. And it's going to cost. That's just the way it is. Yeah? So let's play this little project I made. But we've got 4 of these running, just simply 4 of these with 3 scalars. And what do we get? No effects, no nothing. Let's just play it. It's probably a classical piece, I'm guessing. Let's do it. Beautiful. Now, I think I've got another project here because this was my second one. So if we do Zin, this was probably I don't know if this was the second or second one. Let's see if this one's any different. It looks like the same one. Have I just saved the same thing? Let's see. Oh, no, I haven't. fucking epic. It really is epic, the sounds in this. So as you can see, here are the in-app purchases where you get them. You've got sample libraries over here. There's a hell of a lot. So many sample libraries. Do you need them all? Absolutely not. What I have done though, yeah, you need some space on your iPad. You need a lot of space. I think it takes up, I don't think it's 128. I think it's about 60, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's about 60 gig or something like that. But I have done a show covering every single sound. So if you want to go back and hear every single sound, I tried to do that so you can make an informed purchase on which in-app purchases you're going to use. Because there's no point just having them all. Right? If you're not going to use them, it's just a waste of money. So let me paste a link in here, of course, to my show on Cinematics. This was the original show I did. There's a few shows if you want to go look them up. It's a stunning app. And yeah. What can I say? I love it. It's been used in a bunch of my songs this year. It was used in the Dread Circus by Utensils. So, and yes, you can. Thank you for reminding me this. You can do trials as well. So, you know, grab one, do a trial, check it out. You do get trials with the pack. So it's free to download. Have a trial. Check out the sounds. All good. Happy days. It's a banger of an app. I really love it. Cinematics is definitely up there high with my big favorites, but of course, no particular order. So our next app we're going to talk about, this kind of thing, this thing was a game changer this year. We'd all been waiting for this for a long, long time. The jokes, the endless jokes about this app. Is it coming? Is it not coming? Blah, blah, blah. Years and years of jokes on Pete's channel, my channel. Is Logic Pro coming to the iPad? And guess what? In 2023, we got Logic Pro for iPad. It finally happened. They snuck it out of the blue, hit us with it, and everybody was surprised. And everybody thought it was going to be the game changer that changed everything. And guess what? It wasn't. And that's okay, right? But is it sensational? In my opinion, I love it. I love this app so much. I am a big GarageBand user. There are things with GarageBand that I fucking hate so much. But I do love GarageBand for its simplicity and it's free. This thing came out and improved on all those problems that GarageBand had. The big problem was subscription. Now, I am a hater of subscriptions as well. I have far too many subscriptions. Happy New Year to you, Midnight Bandit. Welcome aboard. I hate subscriptions as well. But for this, I'm more than happy to spend the, what is it, Australian, it's like $50, $60 a year. If I'm going to use it, and I have used it already. I've already released songs with it. If I get 3 songs out of Logic a year, that $50, $60 is value to me. Your mileage may differ, all right? I'm definitely not telling you that, you know, you can't shit on people if they're not into subscriptions and they refuse to do it. There are some people out there who just, subscription, no, never, not going to even look at it. That's fine, okay? But don't go around to other people going, oh, you're an idiot for subscribing. No, just let people enjoy it. I think it's not too bad. It was, let's be honest, it was a little bit bleak. For those of us who've paid for it, we were like, yay, we've paid for it. There's going to be updates. And then nothing came. There were problems with it. Nothing came. We were angry. And then they released a massive update. And it looks like they're going to release updates, you know, on these 3 to 4 month cycles, which is good. At least, like, it's full of fixes, so that's a good thing. It's reinvigorated some hope. Yes, that they're going to keep looking after it. Let's hope it does happen. Do you need to have this? No. If you're happy on Cubasis, you're happy on GarageBand, you're happy on BAM or whatever DAW that you use, fucking love the shit out of it. Love it, love it, love it. Enjoy it. Just be happy. But it's so good to have options. Yeah, I love lots of DAWs because I use them all for different things. Happy New Year to you, Paul. Really good to see you. Nice song that you dropped today as well. So, do I need to open up Logic and show you anything? Why not? Let's open up, because I have gone crazy, my friends. I have been working on my own album for a very, very long time. You may have heard of me talking about it. It's been too many years, and I was getting very upset because I'd moved the entire project from GarageBand over to Audio Pro, and Audio Pro has been abandoned completely, even though it got an update this year. And I was like, who cares? It's too late, Audio Pro. It's done. So I have gone ahead and transferred my entire 24-track album that I'm working on and moved it over here to Logic. And it was so easy to do. And now, I mean, if I open up a track here, let's just open up, say, this track right here, Unavailable. To be able to do stuff like this is beyond my imagination. So here's my track. You can see we've got some bass, piano, some strings, all organized, color-coded down the side, which I took the time to do. We've got arps and keys. Then we've got choirs. We've got brass stuff, which all has its individual pictures and colors, all organized. Lots of tracks. And my drums are up the top. Look at this, all individually sectioned out. So kick drums, snare, hi-hat, toms, everything. When I hit play, we've got buses. We've got the new mastering tool in here as well that you can auto master. If you can't see the value for $5 a month, I don't know what to tell you, right? You're probably not making music. That's all I'm going to say on Logic. Get it if you like it. I think it's killer. I love that I can import stuff from my iPad, from Logic on my Mac over and in here. They're eventually going to allow you to send it back. It's going to happen. The iOSification of Mac is happening. It's slowly, surely, every year they're becoming one, the one with the Borg. So we're getting that one step closer. Is it the full Logic? No. Was it ever going to be the full Logic? No. Is it fucking enough? There's a lot of meat in here. There's a lot of shit you can do. Just being able to like match a tempo and stuff like that. Logic for me is the app of the year. It made me so happy. Did it solve all the problems? No. Has it got a lot of work to go? Absolutely. And I look forward to, over the coming years, to Apple continuing to work on it. Please, Apple, do the right thing and sort it out, because, you know, I've invested in it and I know many others have, and I look forward to finishing my album and making a lot of music this year using Logic Pro. There we go. I've fan bitched out and done my shilling for Apple. There's a link to my, I think, is that my playlist? No, it's the initial video. But I have many playlists on the channel, on everything I can possibly think of, and a lot of hacks and stuff too that you may not know. So look at my daily digests on hacks, and you'll see lots of hacks, especially stuff for drums, because I know there's a lot of metal drummers out there and stuff. And I've tried to cater to rock drummers and stuff because, let's face it, GarageBand keep overlooking metal and rock because they're folk fixated on shitty dance music. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. All right, our next app is, it's an art app or a video or a production app. Right? So normally there's a few of these in here, of course, because I want to cover like all aspects of creation, because we need to be like into video and art and photography and all that stuff. But we're a bit light on for good photo apps and stuff this year. But this thing came out and this thing's a fucking banger. This is Procreate Dreams. And I definitely haven't done enough shows on this yet. I promise you this year we will delve into this and start making a lot more animation. It is $19.99. I've done my show on it. It's not a perfect show. There's so much more I can cover. I've covered Procreate as it is by itself too. This thing has so much freaking potential out of the gates. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But it's going to get better and better as we go on. So here is Procreate Dreams. And, you know, I've only made a few things out of it. There's lots of stuff in here that you can like let's just play something in here that's already kind of pre-made. Hopefully I won't get a claim. I don't think I will. Let's hit play. So it is an animation studio. And the possibilities with this app are mind-blowing. So it very much works like a door. You can open up projects, expand them. You can move things around, animate things very, very easily. It is just, it's a banger. Double click, or a lot of finger gestures and stuff like that. It's just a really, really good app. Let's see this thing. This is another sample in here with this whale. The potential for this is just mind-blowing. So we definitely will be doing more and more shows on this as time goes on. This was the first thing I made. The little man with his arm waving. And then let's zoom in. So it repeats with his leg. That was the first thing I made. Oh, God. You know, you got to start small. And I don't know what he's doing, this guy. But he's got some kind of leg problem. Maybe you should see a doctor about it. But, yeah, it's odd. But what a great app. I really can't wait to delve into this in 2024 and start adding this to my music videos and such, because the potential is just absolutely freaking bonkers. And I know there's some of you out there want to watch me go through the process and make some stuff. And I reckon we're going to make some good stuff with it this year. Here is the link to Procreate, my initial video and thoughts on it, if you would like to check it out. I think he's falling. Yeah, see, if I just put a background behind Sai and just moved it, it would look like he was falling and it would be perfect. And it's so easy to throw together animation with Procreate Dreams. Yes. All right, let's move on. It is the halfway point of our show, and if you've been watching this show long enough, you know what time it is. It is time for me to do the business, the stuff. YouTube is ad supported. You may see an ad now because I run the ad at the halfway point of every goddamn show, because I got complaints from people saying I was getting an ad and then I missed stuff and then somebody else got another ad at all. And if we do it all at the same time, we can all hold our breaths like that. I've run the ad. You may or may not get an ad. I don't know. But we will wait for you to come back and jibber jabber between then. Let me tell you what's happening on the show tomorrow while we're waiting. Tomorrow, we're doing something a little bit different. Hardware tomorrow. We're going to be taking a look at this motherfucker. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This is what I've been filming my Walk With Me videos with. This is the thing that I dumped all my money into this last year, hoping it's going to be the future of some stuff here on the channel. I'm going to show you the creator combo, run through all the stuff in it if you're interested in this kind of stuff in photography, because photography is a part of making video clips and all that stuff. So it's our first piece of hardware we're going to be looking at this year. Trust me, this is not a bought or paid for video. I paid for this thing out of my own money. Anything that I review on the channel, nobody has a say in. So that never happens here on the channel anyway, but we'll take a look at that. I'll break it down as much as I can, and you may be interested in getting this thing, so let's do that tomorrow. The day after, we have Spectral by Alex Nazaroff. It's the only app we're looking at this week, and then we are wrapping up the end of the week with Kid Kane music for our interview. I don't have a thumbnail yet, but that will be up by tonight. Let's move on. So Procreate Dreams is $19.99. Hey, if you want to avoid the ads on YouTube, like you just got served, if you got served one, you can always join YouTube Premium. I'm done shilling for YouTube for the day. Let's move on from Procreate Dreams to Beat Scholar. Now, Beat Scholar, I fell in love with this app this year. There's a lot of drum apps out there. In fact, I'm lying to you. There's not a lot of drum apps out there. And this one, I think, ticks a lot of boxes. It is free to download. It has an in-app purchase. Here it says $29.99. It's much cheaper than that because, reasons. I'm in Australia. There is a Beat Scholar Pro, which gives you the desktop unlock and the iPad unlock. So you get it for Mac, Windows, and the iPad. Or there's just a desktop unlock as well. So that's about $99. This one's about $129 or something. So yeah, just take off about 15. I don't know what it is. Australia's dollars worth shit. But it's free to download. Shall we open it up? I don't think I've got a project for it because I did the show as pretty much a standalone. It's an AUV3. It's a standalone. It's wonderful. Let's hit play and let it do its thing. Okay, so this baby comes with a heap of drum kits, a heap of drum sounds. You can even import your own drum sounds in here as well. You can play the kit to your heart's content. You've got all these things here. You can, and the very unique part about it is everything is created in these circles. So if we go back to our initial patch, we've just got these circles here, and I can draw in a beat so we can start doing a something like that. Hit play. And for this particular sound, we've set it to here. So we've got our hat here. Let's add these in. Let's change this particular one to a kick. We'll put 4 kicks in there. And then we'll add our snare. So I'm just clicking the bottom now. And what's really cool is you can divide these things up. So you can slice these up and turn them into 3 portions and then add in another. Let's just split those up. So if we hit our little slice button down here, again, we can take this and draw up and get these 4 sections and now fill in. I should make that a... Again, we go to our slice. We'll take this and make a lot of slices in this last one. Let's go even crazier. Do it with my finger. Do it with my finger. And we'll draw these in. Whoops. So you can get some bizarre, crazy timings, lots of really outrageous stuff to the point that you're doing prog metal like this. Really good for creating prog kind of stuff like this. Yes, and you can use it as a controller to control other drums as well. So there's so much depth to it. It's definitely worth the money. So many use cases. AUV3, yeah, it's nuts. It's really, 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 really good. I've used it for a bunch of things. Once you get over the initial fear of the circles and the way they work, again, I have done a tutorial on this. Like with all the things today, let me grab the link for that for you and shoot that into the text for Beat Scholar so you can go back and watch it and make sure it is the thing that you may be interested in. I think it's a winner. Boom, there is the link. So you can check it out. All right, we are going to move on. We're getting through these. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Next up is an app called No Input Mixer by Igor Vasiliev. This is his second one that's on the list, $15.99. The idea of this is, you may have seen in the past, you can take something like an old mixer and feed the input back into itself in a mixer. So it starts feeding back, and you can create a whole bunch of weird and wonderful, wacky sounds. And that's exactly what this does. It emulates a virtual mixer that you can route inputs back into themselves. No Input Mixer. Here's my demo. I hope it works. Let's just hit play and see what it does. So this is representing a mixer here, yeah? And we can go over to the individual channels, the effects channels. The single channels, here's all of our channels. So we're feeding microphone cables back into each other. And that's the idea of this. Let's hit play and see what I made. So you can see here, these channel 5 is running into channel 4, sending into channel 2. This is all just feeding back all into itself to create these wonderful feedback loops. I've also got here some LFO action happening that are controlling some sections in each of these apps. And we've got DDTCT-MCC, which is just a bonkers app. See you later, Sai. Have a good sleep. So yeah, really great for drones, textures, crazy sounds, noises, whatever you want. Igor Vasiliev makes fucking sick apps for this. I love Igor's apps. There you go. That is No Input Mixer. Now, I've definitely done a tutorial on it, and I know I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say it's a really confusing app, and Igor's apps can be a little bit difficult to understand, but he's got some great tutorials on his own channel, on his webpage. I've got a tutorial. There's a few other channels that have some good tutorials as well. So it is $15.99. Not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay, right? It is what it is. The next app on the list is something that came out of the complete blue, and I didn't know I needed it until I did. This is called KQ Voice Plugin. Basically, this thing... It's an interesting app because, let's read the description. This is a set of audio units including loopback, vocoder, pitch shifter, noise suppressor. A host application that can handle audio units is required for this. As a loopback, vocoder, pitch shifter, noise suppressor. As it turned out, Logic Pro came out and took away the power for you to use inter-app audio. So, amazingly enough, this thing came out. I don't even know if it was meant to be like used for this, But what it does is it allows you to route inter-app audio apps into something like Logic or out of Logic or from AUM into something else, into Cubasis. You can route a whole bunch of stuff using this incredible loop back section here, which is just ingenious. I have done a bunch of videos on this because it is very clever. Our friend Ed Zielinski, who's here in the chat, did another great video on it. A couple of, was it one video or two? I can't remember, Ed. You can correct me. But very, very handy app. I don't know if I've got like a demo to show you because it's a hard thing to show off. What is it? KQ? No, I don't. Of course I don't. But I'm going to put the link in here to the show that I did on it, and you go back and watch it. It's definitely not one of these things that you're going to hear anything super creative come out of it, but what it is a routing app that is an incredibly powerful utility app that if you make music and you don't want to let go of inter-app audio especially, you might want to get this. I've done a few short videos on this, how to use it quickly to route audio. I've done this that link I just put there in the chat, and that'll be in the description below, a full video on all the features of it. So the loop back, the pitch shifter, the noise suppression, and the vocoder. I mean, it's got a bunch of cool things in it that you can use. It's a handy toolbox. It's $7.99 and it's worth your time. Boom, let's move on. GSDSP released a bunch of fantastic apps this year, all around a very similar interface, which is very pleasing when you open up an app and it contains an interface that you have got used to. Another developer who does this is FabFilter. Yeah, they use a very similar GUI all the time that you're very familiar with, and GSDSP has been no different this year and last year, bringing out a whole bunch of apps that use this similar GUI. And recently they've updated it to even be easier to use. I think out of all the apps they've dropped this year, Magic Delay is my favorite. It is $24.99. Let's see if I made a project for it. I'm pretty sure I did. It's a pretty apeshit delay. Magic Fusion, Magic Demo, Magic Guitar. Let's grab this one. I think I put it on some guitar. Magic Guitar. Let's load it up. Look at this. It's only 2 tracks. We've got a strummer, and it looks like we've got a loop mix. So let's hit play and see what happens. Yes? So what makes Magic Delay different than any other delay? As you can see, we have a lot of crazy stuff going on here. The LFO system is fantastic. You've got 8 little LFOs you can add at any time and send this to different sections that control the spatial. It's almost like the EQ or the delays, moving them around so you can see them all bouncing around here. You can virtually modulate anything in this, which is fantastic. Lots and lots, and trust me, there is a lot of presets in here, yeah? From creating soundscapes, simple delays, spectral delays. It's very magical, this app. It can take a single sound and turn it into something absolutely out of your mind, what you wouldn't even expect. There is the full link to the show I did on it. It is $24.99. It's a banger. All of their apps, GSDSP apps, are really high quality as well. We're moving on to the next one and getting through this at a big pace because we have a big finish coming up. Man, we're talking about Mooga right now. Moog this year dropped 8 of these killer apps all at once. The Mooga series of pedals, and let me just say, game changers, abso-freaking-lutely. $14.99 each USD. They all have their own individual strengths: saturator, frequency box, low pass filter, stage phaser, modulator, Murph, cluster flux, analog delay. They can all be chain linked to each other. They can be chain linked to bloody everything. It's ridiculous the amount of linking and customization. It's just fucking sick. We're going to open these up. Is it worthwhile getting all of these? Absolutely. Let's do a search for Moogas, the Mooga Fogas. And I've done, looks like I've done a few demos. Let's open this one. I don't know what it is. All right, so we've got a Copperhead in here. We've got a audio kit, King of Bass. We got a Piano Tech, a Hammerhead, something else that's loading. We got the Blue Beast, and each of these, and a drum computer. Each of these have a copy of each of the pedals, and a couple of them have 2, and they're all linked to each other. And we're going to make some sound and hit play and see what happens. Is there anything else I had in here? Let's do a quick look and see if we can find another Mooga, because I think I did too. We've got a Mooga Foga. I don't know what this one is. This is a whole demo. Oh, look, I've put all of them in in one thing. What the hell have I done here? So they're all feeding into themselves in that one. Let's, man, I don't know the things I make. What the hell? So we got this one, this Mogafoga noise. Let's see what this does. Looks like it's got all the noisy apps, the AUDSPs. Yep, that's all triggered. We got a whole bunch of weird shit in here. Let's see what it does. There is the link in the chat or in the description to find out more about the Mogafogas. Let's clear that out. Man, I did a really in-depth show on the Mogafogas, so go and check that out. They are just fucking mint quality, really, really high quality stuff. Moog are just sensational. Salome by Bramboss. Is this the second app we've had from Bramboss this year? This was towards the end of the year, so all these are in order of how the year kind of went, just so you know, yeah? And Salome, shall we open it up? It is a sampler that does some pretty cool things, like a sampling keyboard. Let's find it. Did I do one? Here we go. Here's a Salome demo. We've got lots of versions of Salome in here. Of course, we've got a Glitchscaper and a Fluss. Let's turn them on. And let's make some sound. So the beautiful thing about Salome is not only is it a sampler, you can loop things and all that kind of jazz. You can use it as an instrument, as you can see here, but you can use it as an effect. And control other sounds going into it. Let's show you with this one with Fluss. So it can be used to control other instruments to create these beautiful soundscapes and such. Again, I've done a full tutorial on it, so you don't have to sit through much more of me doing this right now. But it is another stellar app from Brambos. Boom, and clean out of there like that. The price of it is $7.99. Let me grab a link for you right now and paste it into the chat. And at the end of the show, all of these will be in the description. Copy and paste. Boom, shakalaka boom. Okay, so next on the list is Transit by Baby Audio. Now, this thing got a lot of love. Before it came out, it was doing the rounds on desktop and Mac. It's really good. There's a reason this thing got a lot of love. It's $29.99. Do you have to use it as a transit app between certain sounds and stuff? No, you can use it many, many different ways. You can just use the effects in it. It's super high quality, as you would expect from Baby Audio. They have made a splash this year coming over to on iOS. Finally, let's load up. Do I have a transit? Transit simple demo. Here we go. We'll go with the unsimple demo, shall we? Why not? Let's hit play. Oh, I'm using Salome in this, it looks like. So as you can see, we've got choruses, filters, delays, reverbs, shitloads of sounds in here. Tremolos, spreading, reverbs, pitch shifter, phases, noises, oscillators. But the main magic of this is the ability to go into our full play view and be able to set transitions between sounds. So to use this in a DAW, like Logic or GarageBand or whatever that is. I didn't hit enter on Salome, did I? Sorry. You can transition the number of bars, number of divisions, and set this to play or on a loop, so it's continuously transitioning. You've got lots of presets. Let me tell you, the presets are crazy. You can send LFOs to it. It's got its own LFOs. It's nuts. Let's bring down that. All right. That is Transit. Again, let me grab the link, put it in there. It's definitely worthwhile to go on the list. Looks like I missed one out here, but we'll come back to this in a second. Copy and a paste. Okay, there you go. There is Transit. Now, we can't go anywhere without talking about this one because this one was so hyped up, it was beyond ridiculous. This is Bam. Bam, ba-bam, ba-bam, bam, bam. This is a DAW, this is a sampler, this is an audio host. This is a whole lot of fun. This thing was much anticipated this year, and it didn't disappoint. Imaginando really put a lot of work into this, and since it's come out, they have been updating the absolute ever-loving shit out of it. So it's something that's going to continue growing. And there you go. That was the project that I made live on the show for the first time. This was my show demo. It comes with a whole lot of factory things you can play around with, and check it out. Let's load one of these. Yes, please. And see what it does. Pretty damn fucking good. If groove boxes, that kind of thing is your game, you definitely gonna want to jump in and play with this thing. It can be used as an AUV3. It's got a whole lot of good stuff going on. Here is the price. It is only $29.99 USD. It recently just went up. It was on sale. All the Christmas sales look like they're ended. Riffler Flow. So Riffler Flow is the follow-up to Riffler. It is more of an acoustic or a simple, acoustic, unplugged kind of guitar one, where the original Riffler is more based around metal riffs. Let's open up the project that I used for this. Looks like we've got hip-hop drummer. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. We've got 4 Riffler flows playing here. Let's hit it. And remember, it doesn't have to be used for guitars. It can be used for synths and all that kind of stuff, just like we're going to show here. Boom. And let me tell you, Jonathan has assured me that there is a lot of cool stuff coming for Riffler Flow in 2024. So Am I going to tell you everything that's coming? Clearly, I'm not going to tell you because I like to have a surprise, but I know Gregory says here, I want a song mode. Don't we all? And let's hope it's on the cards. But, yeah, there's a really good roadmap coming. So if you have purchased it, trust me, there's a lot of good things that won't be abandoned. It's going to be really, really well looked after. Let's clear this out of here and jump over. We've got 22 minutes back. Boom! Hi, Sonic Vibe. Happy New Year to you. We're at the last of our 20. And, of course, who is it? It is Mariana, the bass synth from Moog. I was privileged enough for this to be a beta tester. I had to sign an NDA on this for 3 months. 3 months. And it killed me on the inside. Because every day I had to do a show, I had to uninstall it from my main iPad. Because, you know, I know you're probably sitting there going, but you could have hidden it and put it in another folder. But no. If I opened up AUM, it would still show up in AUM. So I had to hide this from you guys for so long. I could use it on my other iPad. But watching the process of Moog go through beta testing was a privilege, let me tell you. Very, very professional. Very professional. And if you didn't know, we had Garrett from Moog on the show this year. I got to interview him. It's one of the highlights of the year for me for 2023. And here we are with Mariana Bass Synth. It came out $14.99. It has 3 in-app purchases. Man, if you want bass sounds, don't look any further. It is a beast. It is an absolute freaking beast. What have I got here? Here's a project. We've got a whole bunch of scalers here. And I'll bet this project pushes my iPad 2022 is going to like probably push my DSP way over the edge. Because let's be honest, Mariana is a DSP slut. It really takes a lot of DSP. So I'm running 81 DSP at the moment. Look at that. Shit. As soon as I hit play, everything's going to change. Hi, Blue Groove. Happy New Year to you. Sonic Vibe says, the episode you did on BAM where you showed how to use simple pull with the congas was even better than a dev video. Thank you so much. I will get back to using it BAM a little bit more. Let's hit play. That doesn't seem right. Let's shut down a few things. Look at all the shit I've got running in the background. That's not going to work, guys. All right, so what I need to open? I need to open Hip Hop Drummer for the background because it's obviously intro audio. That didn't sound too good, did it? There you go. That was pushing my DSP to the fucking brink. But we can get it to work. Maybe. Maybe. I had a lot of instances running there. Fingers crossed I can get it to work, yeah? All right, so the last, this is our last app. Now, as I said, for the end of this, we're not going to be showing individual apps. I'm just going to be covering 5 developers that released a shitload of great apps this year. Is this going to work? There we go. Listen to that fucking bass. Chicago time, happy 2024 to you. So as you can see, this is not just a bass synth. Don't just think it's a bass synth. It can be used as a synth. It is just powerful as hell. This is really incredible. Plus it works in conjunction with all the Moga Fogas beautifully. It has this whole same system here with like your outputs and your CVs. So all your CVs are available here as well to link everything together. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We got Moog and what else we got? We got Model D. So all this is just made with pretty much Moog stuff. It's a sensational app using with, as Greg says here, with all the Moga Fogas. It's incredible. Very much worth your money. What is it? $14.99. It's an absolute steal at that price. Let me bring this back up and hopefully everything's still here. Mariana, All right, we got to talk about this. So the way we're going to close the show today with our last section, I'm not going to go through apps. I'm going to put links to these. We're going to talk about 5 developers that have absolutely crushed it this year. Why am I choosing developers for the last 5? Because these developers have released multiple apps that are really good quality. Really good stuff. We are going to start, of course, with Bleece. Every year, Bleece just release fantastic fucking apps. They are such high quality. This year, they released Fusion, Arpeggiator, and Vocal Harmonizer. These 3 apps were absolute gun apps. Arpeggiator, let me just tell you, we'll see if we can open maybe a little bit of something, of one of these or 2 of these each. Bleece Arpeggiator demo. This thing is way beyond an arpeggiator. Look at how many I have of them running here. A lot of arpeggiators. We've got them running up here as well. Let's hit play. What did I make with it? It's a crazy sick arpeggiator. Bleece kicked it out of the park again. Hello, Pete Johns. I'll be dumping everybody over to Pete Johns after this show. We're not far away from the end of this. I know it's been a long journey into my 25 top apps, but as I said, Bleece, let's just mention the top 5. If we jump back over here to my browser and we'll just click on one of these. Let's go to Bleece. We'll pick Bleece here. So yeah, Arpeggiator, Fusion, and Voices were the 3 apps that they released this year. The Voices is, a voice synthesizer, pitch shifter, all this kind of stuff. Of course, I'm going to mention that at the end. Every year, AUM is just, I couldn't live without AUM. So that is Bleece. Let's OOGG. Great apps. I've just posted a link to the developer website so you can go and check out their stuff. Check out all their apps. I've covered nearly all of them. They make great apps. There's just no doubt about it. Bleece make very high quality, stellar freaking apps. Yeah. Next up on the list, 4Pockets. 4Pockets every year can now love or hate their UI. That's up to you. Love or hate the way that Paul updates and puts so many little hidden buttons and stuff. That's up to you. But you cannot deny that Paul continues to try and push the limit with apps every freaking year. He has his own unique style. He's very inventive. And since he started working with David Collette, his apps have just got better and better. And he started to break away from the UI a little bit more. And this year was no different because 4Pockets released Audioscope. We'll come back to Audioscope. Surface, which was a keyboard splitter, really great for like live performances and stuff like that. Also, Stringlabs, which, generate any type of string you want from scratch. A complete string audio modeling app. It is fucking mint. And lastly, WaveCloud. which again is just sensational. I own nearly every goddamn 4 Pockets app. Every year I say they are just, Paul is just brilliant. Since David's come along, even better. I don't know what else to say. Let's jump over here to 4 Pockets and show you what was released this year. This is the best way I can do this to cover as much as I can. So, of course, we've got Wave Cloud up here. There you go. That's the latest one, which we only reviewed like last week or whatever. Stringlab, Surface Builder, and Audioscope. Let's talk about Audioscope for a minute here. Man, this thing dropped at a time when GarageBand, you didn't have a master channel. This thing dropped and changed GarageBand. Just changed the outlook. And unfortunately, the week later, Logic came out, and this thing got buried because of it. It sucks so much. It sucks, but if you're still on GarageBand, yeah, it does now work with Logic as well. Yeah, so it's been all improved to work with Logic. But let me tell you, if you're still using GarageBand and you don't have this, do yourself a favor and grab it. It'll really change the way you use GarageBand. Get so much more out of your mixes and spreading the mixes and everything like that. It's so inventive, you know. When I saw it come out, I just thought, fuck. It's like he made it for GarageBand. For all the problems that GarageBand had, this thing fixed it. So sad it got buried. Again, 2023, Paul, you kicked it out the park. I can't wait to see what's next. And let's remember, Paul hasn't been well, right? He had a freaking operation on his brain. And he's still giving us great apps. Paul, if you see this, you are an inspiration to me. You are one of the people who make me get up every day and continue to fight. I really love what you do, Paul. You are a fucking legend in this community. And David, I love you too, you and your partner, so much so. All right, 4 Pockets. We've covered 4 Pockets. Again, great stuff. We can't talk about amazing developers and not mention this one this year, Audio Thing. 20 apps in one fucking year. 20 apps in 1 year. This company was solely a PC and Mac developer for the longest time, and all of these ports have come across in one freaking year. Can you believe it? Noises, wires, things, bubbles, lines, flip EQ, dials, reels, crusher, mini bit, valves, speakers, springs, gong amp, hand clapper, outer space, blindfold, filter jam. Fuck me drunk. To me, I'm going to just say it, Audio Thing is the iOS developer of the year. Of the year without a doubt this year. Every single thing has been ported beautifully. Fuck all bugs. In the beta testing I've been privileged to do, everything just works. Incredibly inventive stuff that's been out with Heinbach for so long. So many good apps. I mean, and you know what? There's more to come. There's so many more to come from Audio Thing. Thank you so much for porting your stuff across. If you are still sitting there and still talking bullshit like iOS doesn't have desktop quality software, get the fuck out of here. You're wrong. You are so wrong. We have such amazing developers in our space who just continue to make mind-blowing shit. And there's too many to mention here. My favorites of the year, definitely. Wires, dials, mini-bit, reels, noises, and lines. I know most of them have got Heinbach involved. I love Heinbach so much. If you haven't seen the interview I did with Heinbach, please check it out. He's a genius. All right, so there is Audio Thing. Let's not forget our great friend, Chem OK, who again this year smacked the mother effer out of the park with his wonderful collection of generative apps. Again, Chem has been on the show. I've interviewed him. And every time I think Chem's run out of ideas, guess what? He comes up with another generative app that is weird, strange, and interesting and helps me make stuff for my projects on the show. This year, Chem put out MuseBud, BounceBud, Binarhythmic, BrainBud, In Theory, TextQuencer, and Autobase. Every one of them, stars in their own rights, extremely cheap apps that all are able to be linked together with things like BrainBud and controlled all together. He puts a lot of thought into these beautiful apps, and they don't make any sound. They just generate MIDI, and that's it. They're fucking amazing. Chem, thank you again for everything that you do and you're creating these wonderful apps. They just, I don't know, they're just so helpful to make stuff and create ideas and not have to think too much. Yeah, I love these kind of apps because they just help you make music when you maybe thought you couldn't. They give everybody a chance to make music. So there is Chem, and he's a fantastic human being as well. Last up, our developers for the 5 developers of the year is, of course, AudioKit. Man, Matthew dragged this company from the depths of some of the worst press over the years. All their apps don't work. They don't work. They suck. All this shit that you will read everywhere. And Matthew has come along and delivered this year King of Digital, SNES Synth, King of Bass, King of FM, Saga Synth. We even had, was Jam with Jordan this year? I don't know. I may have just missed out. It was last year. These things, some of them are free, and the ones that do cost fuck all. And the sounds in them are just bonkers. Has there been some little bugs along the way? Yep. But they're getting ironed out much faster than before. All apps have got bugs, man. If you reach out to the developers and with kindness and respect, they will fix them. The prices, exactly, you just took the words out of my mouth, Sonic. The prices of the AudioKit apps are so fair. So fair. Go and grab them all. They're utterly worth your time. Fantastic job, Matthew. Just beautiful apps. I'm not going to go into them all. All the links to the developers' pages are going to be in the description. I've been trying to keep up and put the links in here as well too, but I've been terrible at it today. I'm kind of at the end here. I'm running out of time. There we go. There's 4 pockets. Chem OK. Let me put this in, copy and paste. And then let me say a couple of words and then play our featured artist and get the hell out of here. I'll dump you all over at Pete Johns, who's coming up next. Remember, tomorrow we're taking a look at the Osmo Pocket 3 by DJI camera, which I've been using to shoot my videos. It's the camera of the year. It is the most amazing camera I've ever had the privilege of using, and I hope you'll come along to watch that. There's all the links. Good stuff. That is our roundup for this year. Let me just say thank you to all of the developers in the iOS community, iOS space. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for sending me codes. Thank you for giving me codes to give away to my Patreons. Thank you for trusting me to do tutorials. I do my best every show to try and understand your apps, and I believe in what you do. I will sell you guys to the moon. So I can't thank you enough for what you provide for us to make music. You are the heartbeat of the iOS community. And please, people, do your best to support them. Do your absolute best to support these wonderful people, because it's getting harder and harder to make money and survive in this environment, yeah? So please do your best. If you have a problem with an app, reach out to them. Their email addresses, their websites can be found on the App Store. Don't leave a terrible review just because there's a bug. Contact the developer. Please, please help them help you. They are all very reachable, very contactable, and they will do their best to make that app work. All right? That's all I've got for you today. It has been a stellar year in 2023, and I can't wait for all of the amazing apps that are coming in 2024. But they can't do it if you don't support them. All right? We're going to go out today and play Thomas Galane's brand new song. It is beautiful. It is called Your Warmth. Man, I love this song. It's the perfect song to play to wrap up this show. I'll dump you over to Pete Johns straight after this. Remember, my friends, Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Let's have a great year making music. Thomas Gillane. Boom.
Listen up now, honey bun. I just want to write some words that you'll never hear, but want to say anyway that I miss you very much. When I lay alone at night, I still think about your touch in moments of need. I need Can I call upon your eyes to look right back into mine? Tell me I'm fine. Can you raise your eyes and hold me one last time? Could you open up your heart and feed me once more while I'll only need